as we just walk to the wonderful church, just a little bit of history. I mean, the cemetery was actually extended northwards, and a tram line was added in 1902 to connect the Leighton and Blackpool line, and the line was actually discontinued in 1936. And this is actually the largest cemetery in Blackpool. I mean, again, you know, this is steeped in history. But just look at that wonderful old building. How fantastic does that look? So we're just going to head on back to Talbot Road, because there's all sorts of fantastic historical buildings I want to talk you through. There's obviously, we haven't got time to cover them all, but as we just head back towards Talbot Road, as I mentioned earlier, so many famous people, you know, sort of sadly passed away and buried here in this cemetery, including Samuel Laylock, and he was the Lancashire poet, and George Washington Williams. There's all sorts. Dick Barlow. There's many people. Edwin Hughes. There's all sorts of very famous people. I mean, I don't really know the majority of them, but you know, it's because I mean it's years and years ago. But yeah, it's amazing. Like I said, who was being sort of buried here and sadly passed away. So as we have a gentle stroll from one end of Talbot Road all the way right down to the North Pier. Like I said, it's one of the oldest roads in Blackpool also. So it's Thomas Clifton Squire of Lytham bought a large piece of land way back in December 1843, and he actually named it after his son. And it was later to become a dedicated as Talbot Square alongside Clifton Street, and he built Talbot Street from his estate at Leighton Hall to the seafront. So it's remarkable, you know, all those years ago. It's amazing. Like I say, things change, buildings change, but you know, the actual layout of the road still remains. So again, just looking at these buildings, just look at the architects, you know, around the window frames. You know, it's certainly it's got lovely features, shall I say. You know, again, you don't see this on modern houses. You see the windows at the top, you know, the wonderful sort of brickwork and decor. Certainly fantastic buildings. And you can see just located on Talbot Road, we've got the Queen's, and again, that's a fantastic pub. So apparently it used to be the Queen's Hotel, Bowling Green. It says on a sign right at the very top, the Queen's Hotel, Bowling Green. So imagine that's been there for many years. And you just see the structure, the building. It's just so wonderful. So I was going to continue further down because there's a couple of buildings I want to show you. Well, there's one of the buildings is now completely gone, but there's also another one. It was called the Drill House, which is located at 221 Talbot Road. So we're going to have a quick look at that, and I'll just mention a little bit of history on that one. But like I say, you see all the rows of shops on Talbot Road. I'd imagine a lot of these would have changed over the years, the appearances of the shops, the signage, and the actual businesses. And the new course is supposed to be getting built just on the corner of Talbot Road, leading to Devonshire Road. And there used to be the old hospital, so we're going to have a quick look at that one also. But like I said, you know, all these wonderful shops. And I mean, everyone, to be fair, on Talbot Road, it looks to be open, and so you know, a healthy trade going ahead. So this is a very interesting building, and this there's a sign up there, sort of Duke of Lancaster's own Imperial Yeomanry, and Blackpool Troop. And like I said, this one is again steeped in history. So we'll have a quick look, and I'll just explain a little more about this one. So like I said, this is on 221 Talbot Road, and the drill hall, like I said, was built for the Duke of Lancaster's own Imperial Yeomanry, and it certainly is an incredible building. It's still standing today. Obviously, it's like sort of boarded up, but it's certainly an impressive building. Just look at the the decor right at the very top. It certainly looks a powerful building. And I'll pop a link in the description if you want to read up on this one, but it's a fascinating read. So I will pop a picture as I'm speaking, but like I said, it's amazing, how this went. I mean, there's a huge amount of press coverage in 1903 when it was first opened by the Field Marshal Earl Roberts. And like I said, it's a huge read, so I haven't got sort of time to cover it all. So it's certainly worth having a look. Like I said, I'll pop the link in the description, and it's certainly a fascinating read, this one. So right opposite, sort of straightforward, this used to be the old hospital, Devonshire Road Hospital, and for decades it was where people lives were saved, children were born, babies were born, and it's now a complete thing of the past. And in recent years, it was actually used for a staff car park for the council, and I think that expired in 2016. And like I said, sort of ambulances have used it in the past, but like I said, this used to be the old hospital. So we're gonna have a quick look inside the grounds. So you can see this is what lays now. It's just a barren wasteland, but you get it's a huge place, and it was actually opened in 1891, the hospital, if memory serves me right. And back in 2004, it was the services slowly moved out before it was demolished in 2007. So it's been gone, for sort of 18 years. So yeah, this used to be the former hospital on Devon Road, Talbot Road. And this is apparently the place for the new courts. This is like the corner sort of comes together, sort of Devonshire Road and Talbot Road. So we're going to move further up. There's a great big bus just in the way, but we'll move up a little bit more on Talbot Road, and you can see, the fencing around the old hospital still remains, the old iron fencing, and like I said, it certainly changes over the years, the landscapes. And also there's a couple of large sort of skyscraper sort of blocks of flats. They got demolished many years ago. New houses were built on those. Well, something's going on here. Is it 4 police cars? Look at that. So they're certainly in a hurry. They're heading on to the town centre. Well, that's all about. It's always kicking off in Blackpool. It always kicks off. So again, there's probably a lot of buildings which, like I said, I've missed out. But it's just getting the time to do them all, squeezing them into one video. So we're going to head on. We're going to go past the North train station, head on further into to Talbot Road, where there's a lot of history. And a lot of the buildings have certainly changed, but this is just sort of like midway down Talbot Road, just near Green Hill Place, and it's where it's home to the bingo. Like I said, a lot of these have changed over the years, but just having a whip the camera around to the right, you can see some of the decor, like I said before, on some of these houses. They're certainly not like the modern houses. Sort of people living today. And this one, just on the corner, this is called the Ramsden Arms Hotel, and this is like one of the earlier buildings. And it was built in 1939 for Thomas Ramsden of Halifax, And the pub is, loads and loads of different features. We're going to have a quick, brief look at this one. So again, another, sort of fantastic building. You can just see, as I said, with many of these buildings, the charm and the character. And this is like a Tudor style sort of building. And like I said, it's got all sorts of fantastic features inside. With the fireplace and all sorts of things. And again, it's you can just see by the charm. It's a wonderful building. So as we make our way further down towards the prom side of Talbot Road, see the Holiday Inn, and that's quite a recent building. That used to be home to the old Wilkinson's building, which was demolished a few years back. And that's now situated right on the corner, the Holiday Inn. And the building just opposite, it's now the Talbot Road car park and a gym. And this used to be the old bus station at Talbot Road. And the actual bus station was built in 1939. And it was the land known as Talbot Mews. And around sort of 2002, it was actually taken out of use as a bus station, which is it's a bit of a noisy bike going past, but yeah, like I said, in 2002 it was taken out of use from being the old Talbot Road bus station, and now is a gym and a restaurant, as well as the car park in the upper layer. So certainly things have changed over the years. So as we walk further on down to the Talbot Square, a lot of people will be screaming out at this point, you've missed this building or you've missed that one. And you could film all day and give history on the different buildings and the pastimes on each one. But sadly, you don't get time when you're sort of trying to put it into a 15-20 minute video. So it's going to cover a couple of these iconic buildings and a few sort of tales about them, because if you remember, there used to be the old Yateses just on the corner of Clifton Street and Talbot Square. And in February, I think it was the 15th of February 2009, there was a huge fire which gutted the whole of the building, and that building was 115 years old. So as I was saying, it's tragic. It run into the millions of pounds worth of damage, and the tragic loss of is that there was a pet shop, and it destroyed so many pets' lives. And apparently there was over 100 firefighters attended the fire with tens and tens of fire engines. It was a huge blaze, and the land lay quite derelict for a number of years. And you can see now they've built the new Premier Inn and the Cock House and pub just on the corner. So directly in front is the town hall, and this one is a Grade 2 listed building. And again, it's rich in history. And the construction was between 1895 and 1900 by Messrs Potts and Son and Hennings. And it's like a Gothic sort of design, shall I say? And again, it's sort of rich in history. And it's sort of like I say, sort of stone ground floor with pink brick upper walls, and it's certainly a wonderful building. And as we just have a bit of a very sort of small walk around. So this one was commissioned to replace the 18th century town hall, and that was sort of located just to the south of the current structure. And like I said, this was it was completed around 1900. It's certainly a lovely building, and like I said, with amazing detail. So there's a building just opposite, and it's called the Counting House. A lot of people will know, and this is like sort of set right at the bottom of Talbot Road. And it was originally opened as a bank. Let's just squeeze over the road. And it was originally opened as a bank in 1863, which is you know, is absolutely incredible. You know, you can just see the age of these buildings down this end of Talbot Road. And like I said, 1863 it was opened as a bank, and you know, it's got sort of, again, fantastic features in and out of the this building, and you can certainly see, you know, it's sort of steeped in character, as I mentioned, you know, about a lot of the buildings. But like I say, it's certainly a nice one, this one. See, you know, the huge door sort of leading into this one, and apparently it's actually still got a vault inside. How unusual is that one? So again, this is probably the last building we're going to cover. It's the Foreshore Hotel, and by the 1780s, 4 hotels were actually listed for Blackpool for the all, you know, for the super rich to stay in. Bailey's now the Metropole Hotel, so that was originally called the Bailey's, Hudson Hall, and the Foreshores, and they was all named after people who ran them. And this used to be called the Clifton Hotel back in its day, after Thomas Clifton. And like I say, it's certainly incredible, you know, the history of, like I said, some of these buildings. And you know, everything will be in the descriptions in each one of these buildings. And like I said, there's many more. But if you want a bit of light reading, like I said, there's plenty to go on in the description if you're interested in a bit of history in Blackpool. He's certainly brave, this guy. He must be doing a bit of repair work. And yeah, that's on the Starflyer in Blackpool, the Christmas market. And how brave, because it is actually quite windy. And you see some lady there with her camera, smooth the camera down, and you can see she's filming it. Yeah, certainly brave being up there. And I certainly wouldn't like going up there. Wow, you got to take your hat off to him. So like I say, it's certainly windy. He's just sort of slide back and forwards on the wings, or whatever they call them. And what a brave soul. So I hope you enjoyed that bit of a walk down Talbot Road, and just looking at a bit of the old buildings and the history of them. And until next time, take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Any comments, I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. And until next time, take care. Bye bye.